Now, Australia's renowned for having some of the deadliest creatures on the planet, but it's the horse that's the biggest killer. Up to 20 Australians are killed in horse-related injuries each year, and a special Today Tonight investigation has exposed a nationwide racket in the sale of ex-thoroughbreds that are unfit and dangerous to keep as pets. David Richardson has our story.
Us riding out and Reggie mucking up.
An 18-year-old novice rider shooting a video just minutes before she dies. She's at a Jillaroo school at TAFE in central west New South Wales.
Naughty Reggie.
Reggie might be naughty, but within minutes of this, Sarah Waugh's own mount, a former racehorse, will bolt and claim her life.
Knowing the true nature of a horse is as important as knowing that your car doesn't have faulty brakes and that you can control the speed. So you're not in a Mini with a Ferrari engine.
Sarah Waugh dreamed of becoming a country vet. She was attending a riding school in Dubbo with a group when her mount suddenly bolted. Her foot caught in the stirrup. She fell off.
She died when her head hit the ground and then she was released.
I was stunned, just completely and utterly numb. Was totally unexpected.
Sarah's parents, Juliana and Mark, have waged a 5-year campaign seeking answers to their daughter's death. They believe the horse Sarah was riding was dangerous and should never have been used.
And it wasn't suitable for people who were inexperienced because it had been taught to race and that's all it knew.
It's like putting a V8 supercar or a Formula One car in the hands of a learner driver. It's just obscene when you think about it from that perspective.
While police put the incident down as a tragic accident, a court fined the Dubbo TAFE for failing to properly check the history of the horse.
People are killed, people are put in wheelchairs. I've had clients put in wheelchairs by being sold an unsound or a crooked horse or a buck jumper or a bolting horse.
John O'Leary has spent his life around horses. The veteran trainer has seen an explosion in horses being sold by shonky dealers across the country. Animals totally unfit for beginners and families.
Families are being ripped off left, right and centre across the country.
John also runs an internet horse problems site, tracking shonky deals down, exposing the frauds.
About 7 out of 10 horses, 70%, we have found to be unsuitable, unsound, or the vendor has been hiding a story.
He actually charged my 6-year-old son across a 3-acre paddock.
So you could have had your son hurt or killed by a horse that was
Yes.
supposedly sold to you as a family pet?
Yes, definitely.
Shannon Haywood bought 2 horses for her family and had them delivered to her outback property. Within 24 hours, she knew she'd been sold expensive, dangerous goods. She spoke to us via Skype.
Well, the next day I rode both of them and got bucked off one of them. She promised me that they would be absolutely bomb-proof for my daughter. So my daughter could have been killed on either of those horses if I had just let her ride them.
It's cost Shannon $12,000 already. Now she's been forced to put down one of the horses after it tried to attack her kids. According to a university study, up to 20 Australians a year are killed in horse-related incidents, and another 3,000 to 4,000 are injured, some for life. It's incredible to think that in a country renowned for some of the deadliest creatures on the planet, that the deadliest here is the humble horse.
It's the most dangerous thing that you as a human can do as an activity.
And horse accidents, they seem to get covered up.
Shonky dealers are also lying about a horse's history, age, everything to make a quick buck. Hundreds of horses a week sold as family pets.
Well, gosh, you can probably say, do we have a problem with dodgy car dealers? I mean, it's a little the same. Whatever business you're involved in, you're going to get people who are going to be trying to rip other people off.
3 times Olympian and international show jumping competitor Vicky Roycroft believes tough new action needs to be taken to wipe out the shonky dealers.
If you're in Europe, you can pretty much find out a detailed history of nearly any sport horse, if you so desire. In this country, it's a little harder. If you want to look up a record of a horse, you can't even find out how old it is. And that's an area where a lot of records can be falsified.
Do we need a national register of all horses?
That would be a good start to help, clean up the industry a little.
We just want to save lives. If this doesn't change, kids are going to keep dying like Sarah regularly. And most of them don't get into the news because it's just one child. It seems like nobody cares.
The Wars have amassed reams of evidence of shonky horse deals across the country. They're now urging the authorities to investigate and set up a national register before others are killed or injured for life.
I'm not going to stop until I have rules and regulations in place and people who are culpable made accountable.
If the horse industry doesn't get its act together, if controls aren't put in place, and if people don't start taking this seriously, there certainly will be more deaths and more injuries and more people sadly put into wheelchairs.